Our next meditation is on trust. King David, as we know, ancestor of Jesus, chosen by God in place of King Saul, was nevertheless less than a perfect man. Why did God say that David was a man after his own heart? It was because David trusted in God. There's a Zen proverb that says, enlightenment is the one with the trusting heart. As a noun, trust means confidence, assurance. As a verb, it means to rely on, to place one's confidence in. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, Proverbs 3 tells us, and lean not unto your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will direct your paths. How many of you pastors have asked your people to trust in God? How many of you have asked them to do that, knowing full well that God's will may not be to meet precisely the desperate need that brought your parishioner to you in the first place? Of course, you try to lead them into the deeper trust, the sort of trust that says, no matter the outcome, Lord, I trust in your loving care for me and the one I love. And then even to the deeper trust, nevertheless, Father, not my will, but yours be done. As Jesus faced the cross at Gethsemane, his trust, ever childlike, could not be shaken. And we pray, Lord, forever let that trust be in me. Or as it was in a man I'll never forget from 43 years ago. As a nursing assistant at the medical university while in college, I had as a patient an older man from Johns Island who had suffered a pretty bad stroke. As I was going into his room in the night shift to check on him, I heard him speaking in the darkness. Just squeeze my hand a little tighter, Lord. If you will just squeeze my hand and let me know you're there, everything will be all right. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Jesus. Ah, yes, Jesus. I love you so much. I left him to his time with Jesus and came back a few minutes later. Mr. James, can I do anything for you? You doing all right tonight? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm quite well, thank you. I said, Mr. James, I thought I heard you talking with someone a little while ago as I passed your door. Did you have family in this evening? Oh, no, sir. I ain't got much family. I was just reaching out to my friend Jesus. And so I pray, Lord, let my trust, ever childlike, be like that of Mr. James when my world turns dark and lonely. When we can trust that God is in our suffering, our wounds become sacred wounds, and the actual and ordinary life journey becomes itself, then, our godly journey. Every now and then, when it seems appropriate, I will lead a worried parishioner right up to the altar in our sanctuary at St. George's so that they can go through the spiritual exercise of leaving that person on God's altar and in God's hands. It's like a little active pilgrimage within the larger journey of life. That little walk from the office through the narthex into the nave, up to the sanctuary, into the altar that brings the mind from worry to relief, from anxiety to the beginning of trust again. Of course, we acknowledge this act of faith with one last prayer that goes something like this. And when, Lord, Marge, out of her worried, anxious heart, fitfully and desperately tries to take back her son from your hands, gently remind her to let him go once again, so that her trust in you being restored, she may go in peace, as you have promised. I want to share just a little piece of Howard H. Thurman's famous poem, Our Little Lives. Our little lives, our big problems, these we place upon thy altar. The quietness in thy temple of silence again and again rebuffs us. For some, there is no discipline to hold them steady in the waiting, and the minds reject the noiseless invasion of thy spirit. For some, there is no will to offer what is central in the thoughts. The confusion is so manifest, there is no starting place to take hold. For some, the evils of the world tear down all concentrations and scatter the focus of the high resolves. War and the threat of war has covered us with heavy shadows, making the days big with forebodings. The nights crowded with frenzied dreams and restless churnings. We do not know how to do what we know to do. We do not know how to be what we know to be. Our little lives, our big problems, these we place upon thy altar. As the day's waking moves from sleep and unconsciousness to awareness of God, creation, and self, we become aware of trust, both the abundance of trust and also our poverty. While our theme hymn takes us through a day, our whole life's journey has been likened to a day. Trust, so natural to us as children, can become childlike once again through the chances and changes of life, and at the end of the day, our trust, for all its dents and dings, challenges and heartaches, in returning to God, can come back to us more blissful, more vibrant, and more resilient than at first.